And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free-of-charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. Because decent, pragmatic, fair-minded people, they want us to tackle the issues that they see around them.
So something has been happening in the news and all over the globe. Something about digital IDs. And before I come with my conspiracy theories, yes, I do. Okay, no, actually, I'd rather give myself so much credit. I'm just a dumb kid with a big mouth. Or trying to have a big mouth. Okay, anyways. Before we get into what I think about it, so what's basically happening is, I mean, it's been happening for a while. They've been actually trying to draw it out for a while. That's how things work. If you think about how people, how long it takes to basically integrate a new currency, you can understand it takes time. You know what I'm talking about. You know, I could refer to that. Remember when there was talks about BRICS, a BRICS nation wanting their own currency. You know, something about combating the dollar. Something about that. I didn't read too much into it. You'd understand. Okay, it's the same with what's happening in the UK. Digital IDs, basically a digital way of tracking you. I had something about how it's going to be on your phone, and yeah, there's a lot of speculation, especially if you look at religious conversations, especially among Christians. There's a lot of speculation as to if or that rather that this is what was basically prophesied in Revelations. Quick note, you know what I hate about the Bible? Maybe I don't read it enough. What I hate about the Bible is the fact that it will give you all these prophecies, but like it don't give you like solutions. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, like, we can't all move to farms and to like valleys. You know what I'm talking about? Nah, I'm not speaking for everybody, and I'm a nature boy, so I can do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I can. I'm just like, not everybody is gonna be able to. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is, it's almost like you gotta blindly have faith. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing, but like, I don't know where I'm going with this. But anyways, if you look at what the ID is trying to do, a digital ID that's going to be on your phone and on the cloud, and where they'll be able to track you and to sort of, the way it's framed, it's almost as if they're doing it for you, for your safety. You know what I'm saying? For us to be able to track immigrants. You know, I think I saw a clip. Was it the Prime Minister or something? There's someone who's in charge of this whole thing in the UK. Something about how you won't be able to work in the UK, United Kingdom, without a digital ID. And it makes you wonder what else you won't be able to do without a digital ID, and how it's going to affect all of us, especially if it reaches the whole world. I heard something about how it's coming to South Africa too, how it's already in South Africa too. You know how South Africans are. I saw another clip. I think it was during COVID. You remember when we were getting scanned on our foreheads, and yeah, someone took a clip of Ramaphosa getting scanned, and it's like, oh, really, it's digital ID, mark of the beast. You know, it's funny, but I wonder if it's going to get to a point where you can't buy anything without a digital ID. You can't buy, basically, besides purchasing stuff, you can't do certain stuff without a digital ID, because I mean, they'll be able to actively restrict you, right, from doing certain things. I don't know, it honestly feels like what happened during COVID when we was forced to get a vaccination. And then all of a sudden, I'm always going to say this, I literally got onto the website, the South African website, looking for the certificate. Yes, Bill Gates has killed me, guys. It's sad reality. If I drop dead, you know what happened. But I was looking for the certificate, and the website is down. You know what I'm saying? I felt scammed, bro. I felt scammed, and I wonder if it's going to be the same thing. You know, this world is funny. I mean, judging by how things have been happening all over the world and how the leaders operate, you really think this is for our benefit or for theirs? You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, what else will they do? Will it get to a point where you're supposed to have a digital ID in order to get a Google account? And who should say that they're not going to be able to shut down your account? I mean, they're already doing it. You know, I'm talking about voice recognition patterns and all these things. You swear, you cuss on a video, you know what I'm talking about, it doesn't project the word in the captions. Sometimes they take the whole video down. I think I had 2 videos taken down. No, I'm lying, I haven't. I probably should watch my mouth. But I'm just like, what if it gets to a point where they can control what you say? Do as you were told or suffer the consequences. It's almost like, you know how the society, I actually got this one from Andrew Tate. I probably shouldn't mention him here, but what things that he's saying are so true, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't hate on a person like that. What the society, and then you have prison, but prison is society in itself. It's just hyper. So it's hyper controlled, hyper regulated. What if what they're trying to do is to bring that type of system into society now, where they can control where you eat, when you do that, where you go, how you do it? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking way into it. You know, I love movies. I'm thinking way into the dystopian movies I watched, where it's like a chip. You do something dumb and they can switch you off. You know what I'm saying? Judging by how AI is progressing, how tech is doing these things, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that's where we're going. But like I said, there's been talks about how it's the mark of the beast and how it's, or a forefront of what the mark of the beast truly is. You know, there's a speculation, everything, and talks around this whole thing. And I'm just like, what I personally think about it, bro, it's going to be another way of, my subscribers will know, another way of fucking us over. It's going to be another way of fucking us over. But I'm just like, this is going to be the funniest time for South Africans, because I think it's going to be the first time in a while where South Africans are going to be happy, for a while, happy that our systems are so incompetent. Imagine this thing starts getting pushed out to South African citizens, and now you have to go to Home Affairs and the system is offline. Probably should be making jokes like that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's going to be another way of control. It's obvious. I mean, if he literally said you're not going to be able to work, then who is to say it's not going to be a way of controlling us? You know what I'm saying? And I speak of it because it's going to affect everybody sooner or later. And it's funny how things are happening, you know, for Revelations to read whatever is in the Revelations. I'm going to find the chapter and I'm going to read it again. For so much of this stuff to be predicted and for it to be happening, whether or not there is a persecution of Christians, low-key, but one in Nigeria is totally up to your own understanding and knowledge, I guess. But it's funny the times we're living in right now, you know what I'm saying? Period. Digital IDs and all of these things. What do you all think, y'all? Comment down below and tell me what you all think about this digital ID. Will you get it? Will you give into the system? I feel like they're gonna make it seem like, you know how they told you during COVID that, if you don't have a vaccine, you're not gonna be able to work. Yeah, you're gonna lose your job. We was literally told you're not gonna be able to play football. You're not gonna be able to enter a stadium without. You're not gonna be able to go to school and shit like that. I don't know. I don't even know why, bro. And now when I think about it, I be getting flu like nobody's business. You know what I mean? Okay, maybe I'm overthinking it. You know what I'm saying? I'm overthinking it, but I'm still taking my gingers and my garlics as if they're gonna help me. But I think at the end of the day, you gotta also remember God is in control ultimately, or your ancestors, or whatever you believe in. I honestly believe that God is still in control. He sees what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But like, what do y'all think? Comment down below and tell me what y'all think. I'm not gonna fall for such a trap again. I'm sorry. They should just make it clear now, blunt. If you're not gonna do it, then we're gonna kill you. We're gonna assassinate you. They should put it like that. Now, you know, without taking advantage of vulnerable people again.